Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and today we're going to look at a different pistol mounted light, something that I think that if you're carrying with a light on your firearm, or you're using a light on your home defense gun, you might want to consider. We are going to look at the Streamlight TLR7 HLX. Now, this one's not terribly new to the market. It's newer, but I'm really kind of intrigued by this light. I'm newer to this light, and I am quite impressed with this little guy. So, the Streamlight TLR1 HLX, which is a larger pistol mounted light, very traditional style pistol mounted light, very bright, a lot of candela. It's a great light, however, it's also quite large. And if you're carrying the gun, that's a lot to put in a holster and carry every day. And it's one of the reasons why I struggled to carry with a light, is because it's incredibly bulky. This little guy is pretty powerful, to tell you the truth. We're talking about 1,000 lumen light with 22,000 candela output. It's a pretty significant output, with the battery being USB-C chargeable. Which, be honest with you, I really like that. It did come with different switches, which were easy to switch over, because I have a rough time hitting the switches on a light. So this gave a little bit of a lip for it. Now we're talking 1,000 lumen and 22,000 candela. That's a lot of power. That's an incredible amount of power. And I really kind of want to show you what it looks like. So let's take a look at that real quick. So we are looking into my training area in my dojo. The security lights are not on. You can see where the exit sign is, so there's a little bit of light coming into the room and a little bit by the garage door. So the light on the security camera, right by the camera, literally just turned on. It's on my Ring camera. So we're going to look at this from here. Now it just went off. So if we go here, there's my back door. Now we're standing about 34 feet from that back door, from that curtain where this is shining. That's pretty significant light. Now, if somebody got hit in the face with that, they're going to see spots at that distance. If I shine it down at the floor, we can still get some pretty good spill. If I shine it up towards the ceiling, we still get some pretty good spill into the room. This is kind of what we want to look at. If I turn the lights on by the camera, you notice the difference in the lighting in the room. Now if I shine it, we're still getting a lot of light there. Okay, if I shine it after I've turned the lights on in the training area, so significantly brighter. Okay, and watch, we still can see the light, even with all the light that's in the room, in the training area and by the camera. What do you think of that? That's pretty good. We're shining into a dark room with probably some light. Not very much, but some. Maybe this is something that you ought to look at. Not terribly expensive in the grand scheme of things. It's less than $200. Yes, you will need, if you're using a TLR7A or 7X, you're going to need a different holster, because this one is slightly longer, which adds a tiny little bit more weight. So maybe a little bit more weight on the muzzle to help balance the the muzzle flip, it's not going to be like the TLR1 for sure. But let's face it, a light isn't there necessarily to help balance the gun. It can, but that's not its full intended purpose. But I would say I would take a look at this little guy and see if it might fit your needs. Take care, everybody. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.